Hey guys, and welcome to In the Stew. I'm your host, DejahBoo, and I got my girl Jah in the building.
Hi.
Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself to get this interview started.
Okay, so prior to creating the product that we're going to talk about today, I actually was doing music, and so like any other artist who's probably going through the COVID shutdown situation, I had to kind of think and use my other creative aspects that I've had. I've done a lot of creating products, but I never did anything for sale. But now that I'm having to find a new avenue of finances, I decided to create a product that just kind of suited my personality. It just so happened that there was a show that came out that kind of inspired it all. So I just went with my gut instinct to create the product, and it's been doing really well so far.
That is awesome. So let's start with the inspiration. Before we even get to the product, what was this show that really inspired you? Because I'm all about shows. I might have to check it out.
If you can't tell, it was Bridgerton.
Oh, so, I had a guess. I love Bridgerton.
So Bridgerton is like my inner self anyway. So when the show came out, people were like, oh, have you seen, everybody kind of was like, I know you've seen it. Well, I didn't. So I binge watched it like any normal human, right? Right. And then as I looked more into it, there was a couple of families. If you notice on the show, every family has their own aesthetic. And so it wasn't actually the Bridgerton family that inspired me. It was the Featherington family, which was kind of like the Offset family. And only because that family had that like bold, brazen, overly botanical kind of look. So I was like, oh man, the colors, the boldness, the flowers. And then there was Lady Danbury, who's probably my favorite character, right? And she had the steampunk element. So as I was watching the show, I was just inspired to do something design-wise. And so I mixed the two because I wanted something that was floral and I wanted something that was steampunk, but I also just had a baby. So I wanted to create a baby product and make it steampunk and botanical, just for like a photography element, for just like some type of novelty gift. So I created one pacifier for my daughter and I posted it and people just went crazy. Right. So I said, that's it. That's what I'm going to create, more pacifiers.
That is incredible because when Bianca introduced me to your page, I was like, this is so beautiful. Like you can tell that it takes time to create. And everything is so particular. It is. And then it's the fact that it's on a pacifier. I mean, all babies need a pacifier eventually for their teething. So it was just a good product altogether.
Yeah.
So how would you say, like, why a pacifier though? Like, I mean, I know it was for your daughter, but you could have done, like a shirt, or I know that you do headbands too, but why did it start off as a pacifier?
So I'm a photographer. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I like to do high fashion children's photography. Okay. So I have my own photography line called Ice with My Milk because I drink ice with my milk. So I thought it was a cool, simple name. Right. So when I take pictures of little children, I notice that sometimes they're all like mad. They don't want to take the picture. And the easiest way for me to soothe them is like, well, put a pacifier in their mouth. But a lot of parents don't like the look of their kid with a pacifier in a picture. Right. So I thought, okay, this is a way to beat both of those. So you can soothe the baby, but also no matter how many pictures I were to take, it'd be the most beautiful. And I don't know if you noticed, I posted a picture of my daughter with it, which that shook everybody. Everybody was like, oh my God. Right. When you're looking at the piece, it kind of, you don't really know what it is. It looks like it could be a brooch. It looks like it could be all kinds of stuff. That's what I thought at first. Yeah, my mother thought the same. So then when it was in her mouth and they could see it moving, pulsating, they're like, oh my God, it's actually a pacifier. And so that just kind of changed the game. Like, okay, for photographers, you guys can purchase these and use them. And then for parents that just want to have a really dope picture, but also have a keepsake later, it kind of, it does both.
Wow. So how has the business been so far? Like, I know that it just started because I think Bridgerton came out like beginning of January or late December.
Yeah, so, I jumped on it.
Yeah. Like, how has the business been? I mean, like, tell us the experience. Like,
so I only started creating these maybe a couple weeks ago. I don't even think it's been 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
The Etsy page has been up for, I think, 8 days now, and I've had over 2,000 people visit the page.
Right.
Here's the thing with the sales. This is what I had to explain to myself so I didn't get discouraged, right?
Right.
So I had a sale on the first day that I had the page open. I sold immediately. Not a lot of sales have come through, but a lot of custom orders have come through. So I've been making a lot of custom pieces for people. The thing is that because no one has ever created this product, that means I'm the first person to think about this product and create it,
right.
which means that no one is searching for the product. Because if they were searching for it, there would have already been like some type of demand for it. So I have to get people to really understand what the product is, what purpose does it serve, how you can use it, what other ways, would you get a benefit out of this product, giving it to somebody for a baby shower, all these other things. So I have to find all these ways to kind of, market it to people, and get people to get to the Etsy page prior to being able to. I think selling it to them is going to be easy. No one in the world is going to have it. Like if you're trying to have the baddest baby in the baby shower, here you go.
Right.
You're trying to have the dopest, like most culturally insane baby pictures, great. If you love Bridgerton, dope. If you like steampunk, dope. If you're an herbalist like me, if I'm a certified herbalist, like here you go, dope. It's a botanical thing. Like there's a million reasons why somebody would buy this. Gamers love it. I've had a lot of gamers like, yo, you should go to a gaming convention. They love it. So, it's just bringing attention to the page is going to be a big one for me.
Right. And what have you done to, start doing that? I mean, do you have like a pitch that you want to say already? Because, this is also promotion for you. So if you have a pitch that you're ready to say, feel free. Or
I mean, I haven't thought of a pitch. I'm actually glad you brought that up because that might be something that I need to work on. But for sure, like, these are like beautiful Regency era steampunk botanical pieces. They're handcrafted. Like I literally feel like one of those watchmen, like from way back in the days, like when I'm piecing them together. And I actually upped my game a little bit as well. Like I started ordering actual clock parts.
wow.
So as opposed to craft like alloy metals, I'm now using like real metals. So I'll have some new pieces coming up. I just think it's one of those things that every mother would like getting as a gift. It's like the most elegant thing you'll ever put in your hand for a baby. I mean, aside from like a silver spoon from Saks Fifth Ave or something, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
but like,
right.
but a non like real gold, real silver item, like I think it's luxurious and beautiful. So I think that they'll sell themselves eventually as people start to see them more. I'm actually giving away one of the most beautiful ones. I did a raffle for Valentine's Day. So I have this one piece called Corazón Oscuro, which just translates as dark heart. And so that's going to be the latest piece that I'm giving out. I'll never make that piece again. Whoever gets that in the raffle is just going to get a one-of-a-kind piece. Right. I won't even make it if I'm commissioned to do it. I won't make it again, just so that person can have their own couture item.
Right. That is crazy.
Yeah. So I'm promoting it with raffles. I'm promoting it on the Facebook, my Facebook page. I'm promoting it on Twitter. So I have it. My Twitter page is at JahSeesYou, like JahSeesYou. So it'll be promoted on. I just started the Twitter. I'm not a Twitter head. I don't know what I'm doing. So I am going to expect everybody that watches this to share it or tweet it or whatever, retweet, to get it out there. So the hashtag that I'm using is the Imaginarium Pacifiers. The Imaginarium is the store itself on Etsy. So the Imaginarium Pacifiers will be the hashtag for it.
I love it. I love it. And it's crazy because you answered a whole bunch of questions that I had in one. But why don't we go ahead and see what they look like? Because I know you have some displayed. So
I'll show you the one that I'm doing for Valentine's Day. Like, here, let me show you the back end because I think this is the part where people trip out. Like, it's really a pacifier.
Right.
It's really a pacifier. And then this is what the front end looks like.
That is so beautiful.
So there's elements of steampunk, and then there's elements of botanical across the top. There are chains that adorn the entire piece, gems, And this one I chose wings. I just thought it was perfect.
That
If
is
anybody
so
has an
cute.
angel baby that didn't make it,
Right.
it could also be a great gift for them in memory of. So
right.
this is what they look like from the back. So that's the Corazón Escudo. One of my favorite is actually one that I just made recently, which is this Luna Imperial. So it's a moon.
Wow.
And
That is beautiful.
Got all the floral pieces, and this one is kind of like a teal back.
Uh-huh.
And also I was getting a lot of customers that were kind of like, well, what about the boys?
Right.
So I did make this ironclad in Serena collection for the boys. This one's, you know, this is one of my favorite pieces too.
That is
octopus.
so crazy.
But for some reason, some of the moms didn't like the roses on it for a boy.
Uh-huh.
This is part of culture and understanding like what the designs were for those times. So Regency era, the men wore a lot of floral. And actually that's a big thing now. If you look at the guys now, they're all wearing the suits with the floral, the shirts with the floral.
Right.
And we love them for it. We love them for it because it is sexy. So for the boys, that's when I kind of started creating the bow tie pieces. So as you can see, I did the ironclad because that was some of the favorite for the boys. Right. And this bow tie can actually adjust to fit a grown man or a child. And then I have this bow tie here. So this is the winged talisman. Talisman is a jewel that used to be thought to bring magic to people. Right. These are magical. So it's a moth. Those are these are some of my favorite for the boys. So I'll be creating more of those for the boys as well. Probably the second most popular pacifier has been this one, the Emperor Coach.
Yes.
So I think the vibrant burgundies and, just this middle piece, the Cinderella looking carriage. Yes. And the chains. I decided to replace the little plastic piece on the pacifier with chains to go with my aesthetic. Right. So, yeah, I purchased the pacifiers pretty particularly so that I can do that. Wow. So that's some of them. I have a collection of about 7 or 8 different pacifiers right now. I have the headbands as well. So I have the Aviatrix collection headband. They're a combination of florals as well as steampunk. And the pieces move. They're moving parts. So this propeller actually moves. It's kind of cool.
That is so cute.
Yeah, this one is worn like a turban. You can wear it like a turban across your head with the chains. You can wear it like a headband. I wear it with a head wrap. Like I put a head. They're very versatile. Right. They're very versatile.
And I think that's what makes the product so much better is that it's versatile and anybody can purchase it. I mean, boys, girls, it doesn't matter. How long does it take you to make one pacifier or one bow?
It could take me a couple of days because I'm so particular about every single piece. And if you know anything about steampunk, there's multiple metals that are used. So there's bronze colors, there's silver colors, there's gold colors, and so to make it symmetrical and make the botanical side look just as beautiful and powerful as the steampunk side, that's where my eye goes. So sometimes it could take me a matter of 4 or 5 hours to work on one. Sometimes it could take me a couple of days and I'll come back to it and make sure that I put it I have a particular aesthetic that has to come across in each piece, or it's not worth it to me. Yeah.
That is just so unique. I'm getting excited because you just mentioned Bridgerton. Like, you don't even understand how much I love the show, but you can see the passion and the detail and everything when you just showed each product. Like,
so I don't want to give away anything that happened in Bridgerton, but anybody who's watched it knows that there was a particular heir that was born at the end. And so I've already pitched the product to the second season of the show.
Stop. Oh my God.
The purpose was that since I figured back in that time when royalty has a child, everybody comes bearing gifts. So my pitch, I actually pitched a scene. I didn't just pitch the product. I think
I know what you're going to say.
So I pitched a scene where the Featherington family would come and offer this as a gift to the new mother of the new heir as their aesthetic gift. because that's where I got it from, right? So it could be anybody. Maybe Lady Danbury will give it as a gift. I don't know. I don't know if they'll pick it up. I'm just a hopeful designer who thinks that this would be the perfect addition to the next season. So,
right.
you know, you guys put it out there in the universe for me.
I mean, I'm already thinking of a scene. Like, girl, maybe we have to talk about this off air, but like, look.
Yeah.
Because I just thought of a scene that could like really play a part. Like, oh my goodness, we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, for sure.
But basically, like, you kind of like brought it up with the whole you pitching it. But what is another goal that you have, like with this product? Like,
so the more I make, the more efficient I become at it, the faster I'm doing them, the better I'm doing them. Like I said, now I've upgraded to, I didn't even know there was a place where you can purchase micro parts of actual clocks. And so I found a man, and oh my God, I'm just waiting for those parts to come in. And I'm like, these are going to be beautiful. So I guess the next goal for me is possibly to get placement of some of these items in kids magazines. Like, I love Milk magazine. I love Bambini Kids. I am a kid fashion fanatic. I love children. My oldest daughter is probably sick of me. She's in college now, and I used to do all this stuff with her, dress her up. And so now I have the youngest one, and she's just one, so she kind of doesn't know what's going on.
Right, so not yet.
Before she hates it, I'm going to use her as my model for everything. But definitely to get into children's magazines, to get into children's just fashion pieces, also like maybe runway for children, or adults. Like, it's weird, but mainly adults have hit me up for these pacifiers for themselves. Like cosplay, people who do cosplay are loving this. So all of my custom orders are mainly from adults who want them for themselves, which is interesting.
Hey. Yeah, that is interesting, but it doesn't matter who wears it, because like you said, it's a pacifier, it's a bow, it's a headband. Like I said, it's versatile. So I can see it definitely going a long way. Yeah. And just, your passion for it and the way that you talk about it, you're already ahead of the game pitching it to the show. Like,
that was the first thing I did, because I thought, and the Ellen Majornik, I believe is her name, or Mirojnik, she's the lady who actually created all the design, every single design of all 5,000 dresses or outfits that were used for the show. She also created all the outfits for Candelabra, The Greatest Showman, Maleficent's outfit. Like, if you guys don't know who that designer is, that's what she did. So like, she got her inspiration from Dior, in like Dior 1940s Dior items. And so then I got my inspiration from her twist on that inspiration. So it's like, it's all kind of like blended and borrowed. So I thought this would be a perfect way to kind of give back to the show, add something very royal, something very royal besides a fancy teacup or a silver spoon from, wherever, right?
Right.
I thought this would just be kind of a different way. So, I shot my shot. I haven't heard anything back yet, but that's okay. I got to find the right person
because I know something's going to come up.
Yeah.
Like, I know something is going to come up. That's too much of a great idea for them not to use it. That is just crazy. So we are still stuck in quarantine, kind of, sort of. Yeah. You are in Texas right now?
Correct.
So I know, I'm in California, so we're kind of like open, but not open. I don't know if Texas is all the way open, but how has, I guess, the virus affected your business? I know it's new, but how has it, and how do you think it will affect it?
I think the only maybe drawback is that it is a pacifier and somebody is touching it and hand making it in a time where people are worried about COVID, and they don't know, have you been quarantining? Are you around people? What are you doing?
Right.
I make sure to sterilize all of my products. I have gloves on. I have, a whole pack of them. Right. So I design everything very carefully and with kids in mind. Of course, I have children of my own. I can totally understand how people might be a little bit afraid of ordering a product like that. But other than that, I don't know that it'll be affected. It's all online now. I've never done anything online. So marketing and business online is proving to be a lot more difficult than I thought. This takes a lot of legwork to get your stuff out there. but I'm passionate about it. So this is fun for me to advertise. It's so I don't think that there's going to be much of a negative impact. I actually think I'll sell better online than I would having a storefront for these kind of items, because then you also have to have some type of influence. I'm from LA. I've just been here in Texas visiting for a little while. So it's not like I know people. I don't have a big connected base here. And I don't even know if people here would even know what this is, like, so this is going to have to come from the internet world of people that are like, hey, you know what? I'm looking for some crazy steampunk things. I'm looking for some novelty items. I'm looking for the next I want my baby to be the cutest Christmas card ever, like whatever they want, this is going to fulfill that. So it's going to come from a very specific demographic right now that I'm probably not going to find in the storefront. But everything's pretty much open here. Everybody still has to social distance, but yeah.
I'm trying to think about what else that we've been talking about, because like you answered all my questions, but I still want to know more.
I'm pretty thorough.
So you do have a quote on your page that really intrigued me. It says a whimsical novelty gift shop.
Yes.
So why did you put that? Because it's you have to say something to make people want to come.
I'm whimsical. Like, this isn't a show. You know what I mean? Like, my personality is very whimsical. I live in Bridgerton. I live in a land of, like, I love bringing magic to children. It's probably one of my favorite things in the world. And I like bringing it to myself first and foremost. Like, it's a great escape from the reality and the ills of things that we deal with on a day-to-day. So even up to naming each pacifier, because every collection has a very specific name. And so it's very scientific. So it's like binomial nomenclature, right? The genus and the species of the animal. If there's an animal, like the Inserina would be the genus of, or the species of, the octopus. And then the other part was using steampunk words that were popular in steampunk culture or movies, so that we kept the whole aspect of. So you'll see some of them are like this one, which is like the bronzed botanical, because it's a bronze flower, or like the Empryon coach. Empryon is a term used in steampunk language. So those kind of things, like, it was fun to do every single little part of it. Having control over all of my business is really cool for me.
Right. And I mean, the last question that I have for you is, what is the best part about all of it?
Oh man, seeing how excited other people are. So I'm excited about everything I do. I just love life in general. I'm very happy and I create all day. But seeing like someone else look at something that you love and look at it with the same amount of passion and just like wonder, like, wow, where did you even, like, who even thinks of that? Like, where did you come up with that? And there's something about being a mom and being a first time mom. And I remember, like, when I would get gifts that were even just simple, like a bottle holder, and I'm like, oh my God, how cute, I have this, now I'm prepared, like I thought. So there's just something about getting gifts as a mother for a first time child that to me is so beautiful. Or any child, your third, your fifth, it doesn't matter. So this was like one thing that just kind of, it just served all my purposes, like my photography passion, my passion for design, my passion for botanicals, my passion for steampunk and fashion, my passion for mothers, my passion for children, my passion for color. Like, I mean, if this just went across the board and went like, here's your whole life in a product,
Right.
So that's what was cool to me about it. And that's what I love most about it.
That is really exciting. Like, I am so excited for you, because like, I think that this could go a long way. And like I said, it's new. So it's, you don't know where it's going to go, but since you're the first person, it could take off. Yeah. It could take off, like,
which is kind of scary. Which is kind of scary.
No, don't be scared.
Oh, no. I'm not scared of the success of it. I'm scared of, like, when people start pirating your items, like people who have more money to do it. The thing is, what I'm confident about is the fact that the money isn't even the factor. Like, what I do has never been done and probably could never be done. It's so particular to who I am that it'd have to be another me doing it. You know what I mean? Like it'd have to be me pirating myself. But it does scare me sometimes, like doing the online business, like, oh man, it's kind of like I got to patent the item that costs a lot of money for if you've never patented an item, you're paying for the application fees, the patent fees. There's a lot to it. There is. So that's scary. But other than that, like I'm so ready to like present these. I've already pitched it to Dior. I've pitched it to Gucci. I'm actually working on a Gucci one that's very specific to Gucci with the bee and the red and the green flowers. And that was an idea given to me by a teenager, which I thought was brilliant. So yeah, she was like, well, do it with their stuff and see what happens, so okay, cool. So I'm trying to pitch it to a bunch of different boutiques and high-end boutiques to see, what can happen with it.
Right. That is, like I said, that's amazing. And thank you so much for sharing your story, because I am so excited. Like you have no idea. Is there anything else that you want to add? You want to shout out your Instagram, your Facebook, Twitter again, all your ads, where they can get it, all that good stuff?
So the Etsy page is it's the Etsy, it's etsy.com/The Imaginarium Co, like company, short for company. Somebody had the Imaginarium, which I wasn't excited about, but they already had the Imaginarium. So it's the Imaginarium Co. Also, the Twitter is at Jah Sees You. My Instagram is also at Jah Sees You. And then my Facebook is my name split up. So you would search me by Jah, Jah, and then the last name Aira. So the full name is Jahaira. So just Jah and then Ira, and you'll pull up the page. So that's how you would find me for now. Your best bet if you're trying to make orders would be to go directly to the Etsy page. I do all custom work. So if there's anything like I want a ring, I want something else, like there's probably no limit to the things that I can make. And if there is, I'll let you know on the Etsy page. So you can definitely just inbox me on Etsy and let me know if there's something in particular. I do bulk orders at discounted rates for people who might need them for a wedding or multiple babies, like somebody's having triplets, somebody, whatever the case may be. Or I have a twin, a boy and a girl, so I need a bow and a pacifier. I can discount these rates on Etsy. So the Etsy page would be the best bet for those kind of questions.
Okay, like I said, thank you so much for joining. This has been a pleasure. I hope nothing but success for you. Thank you. You guys stay tuned for our next episode. Thank you. Let me see. How do I stop this? Stop. Stop.